up, y'alls? ZF Snake here. And with the first day of summer just around the bend, the Venom of Society has got something that he would like to know. Is anybody looking to hit up any theme parks this summer? You know, maybe Six Flags, Cedar Point, Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Universal Studios, maybe even Disneyland? Well, y'all's having fun with that. As for me, I consider the term amusement park to be one of the most fictitious names of anything under the sun. Got all these places, got all these attractions. Ain't no two of them alike. But you read their websites, you watch their ads, and the mission statement always boils down to the same damn thing, and that is to have their name be synonymous with family fun, with joyous occasion, and with memories that will last a lifetime. But if you're one of the millions of people that buy into that bullshit every year, then you know that the only memories you're walking out of there with are those of growing exponentially delirious from dehydration and heat stroke as you stand in long-ass lines in 100-degree weather for hours on end. So much so that you instinctively make a beeline straight to that rat-infested concession booth to shell out $20 for $5 worth of 3-day-old food without any concern as to what those intoxicated teenagers working in that booth have been doing to it. And then coming to your senses, realizing what a shitty vacation you're having, just in time to be met head-on by an assembly of cartoon mascots. Man, this shit ain't even cold! Huh? I thought I saw a pussycat. Woo! I did! And he ain't suffering nearly enough succotash for my amusement. Hell, the only thing amusing about any of it is the idea of seeing some bonehead get on that big wheelie ride, get his hat blown off by the wind, get off that big wheelie ride, hop over the fences to go look around for that hat, find that hat, and then get his head blown off by the roller coaster. Roller coaster wins. Fatality. Well, here tonight on the Snake Den Horror Show, we're gonna talk about a theme park that perfectly exemplifies our idea of amusement in its purest and most proper form. And what am I talking about? Hit the music. Produced in 2011 by the now-defunct studio Manglobe, and based on the manga written by Jinsei Kataoka, Deadman Wonderland is your season pass to a dark, fast-paced dystopian thrill ride. The story is centered around Ganta Igarashi, a typical middle school kid just minding his own business when suddenly a freak of nature called the Red Man appears and frames him for the mass murder of his entire class. Following an open and shut case, Ganta is sentenced to death row at the only privately owned corrections facility in Japan, known to one and all as Deadman Wonderland. But isn't this video about a theme park? Oh yeah! You see, this prison was built as a public attraction to help raise money to revive Tokyo after a massive earthquake from 10 years beforehand left the capital of Japan 3/4 of the way into the dirt. Wait a minute, this came out in 2011. Didn't something like this actually happen that year? Woo! Good timing wasn't on their side, was it? The facility maintains control over its prisoners with dog collars, which are used to track them, tag them, and keep them in constant need of candy. But this ain't like no regular prison where candy is produced and sold in exchange for stamps, honey buns, and sticks of deodorant. Nah, if the prisoners of Deadman Wonderland don't get their candy...
Damn it! Please! Help me! I don't have any more gas points left! I'm begging you! I need candy!
The most notorious function these dog collars serve is pumping a constant flow of poison into the inmate's body, requiring them to consume candy once every 3 days to counteract the effects of the poison so that the inmate doesn't die. But this candy can only be obtained not with commissary, but with cast points, which the inmates can also use to buy cigarettes, alcohol, and even time off of their sentence. And how do the inmates go about earning these so-called cast points? Well, that is where the general public's amusement comes in.
Attention park visitors! Deadman Wonderland's legendary dog race hits the ground running in 20 minutes. You won't want to miss this action-packed thrill-a-minute spectacular, so wag those tails to the stadium pronto.
In an athletic event that is more than worthy of consideration by the Olympics Committee, the dog race pits several inmates together as contestants with a grand prize sum of 100,000 CP going out to the winner, as well as participation prizes going out to anyone who finishes the race with their anatomy intact. Although it is presented under the guise of entertainment, the outside world is content either way.
Dude, their effects rock!
Told you it'd be cool.
This is making me sick.
It's part of the show. Besides, how stupid you gotta be to think this cheese is real. Hell, even if it was, they're friggin' criminals.
What the hell is wrong with these people? Are they getting off watching us die?
Nah, bonehead, we're getting off staring at the clouds. Woo! Disemboweled heart! Still beating, too. As Ganta's sentence goes on, it's discovered that he, as well as other inmates, possess an ability called the Branch of Sin, which allows one to utilize the very fluid that animates their bodies as a weapon. And one can only imagine the number of championships Ric Flair would have to his credit with this move in his arsenal.
And all I've got to do is bleed. For all of my friends. For Mimi and Yamakatsu. And for all of the torture you put me through!
Those who bear this distinctive capability are classified by the prison as dead men, and with that are compelled to put their respective vital fluids to the test as they square off in the Carnival Corpse, a one-on-one death match where the winner walks out a millionaire and the loser walks out an amputee.
Hey, what's cooking, everyone? It's time for the Carnival Corpse post-game treat. It's the Two Men for the Loser Show!
The right eye.
Could have been way worse, dude. At least they didn't have to amputate one of your... legs. Although Ganta is the prime focus of the story, I gotta take a minute to talk about the real star of this show, Shiro, an all-around angel whose loyalty is rivaled only by her sweet tooth.
Yep. Hear that? This part wants nothing to do with being killed. You know what? We should enter the race as a team.
You get a red bean bun for participating.
Then I'll do it.
Yay! Red bean bun! Red bean bun! Red bean bun!
Well, this bottle of bubbles is actually one of the main antagonists of the story and is eventually revealed as the perpetrator behind the middle school massacre that Ganta is serving time for, resulting in the two of them having a carnival corpse death match with one another as well. But because this anime is like so many others in the aspect of only covering a fraction of its original source material, the only way you're gonna see any of that is by tracking down all 13 volumes of the manga. But the anime viewer is not royally shafted, however, as the main villains who we are introduced to are the Undertakers, a detachment comprised of the facility's worst offenders, all of whom have the ability to counter the dead men's branch of sin with their own unique ability called the Worm Eater.
The branch of sin.
The action culminates as the dead men face off against the Undertakers in the midst of the dead men's attempt at a mass prison break. And if that ain't enough to satisfy your appetite for tragic dehumanization, and it shouldn't be, you damn lightweights, then say hello to my man, the first squad leader of the Undertakers, Asuma Genkaku.
I'm concerned for your soul, how it's stuck in that meat sack of a body. What do you say I let it out?
What do you say I kick your ass?
Down for a duet? 'Cause I'm ready to shred. Well, fuck it. What do you say we get this gig started already? Options. Live with the fear, embrace the insanity and all the darkness it brings, or shed the yoke of this world in death. Just think how lucky you are that I'm here, the one who's gonna set you free!